Hello. Class start ചെയ്യാം. ഇന്ന് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന പോളിമർ കെമിസ്ട്രി ടെസ്റ്റ് പേപ്പർ ഡിസ്കഷൻ. First question. There are several types of mean molar masses for polymer, and they are dependent on experimental methods like. Okay. There are several types of polymer mean molar masses. They are dependent on experimental methods like osmometry, light scattering, sedimentation. Which is the type of molar mass determined using osmometry? We have already studied about this. What is the type of molar mass that we can determine using osmometry? Osmometry വഴി കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുന്ന molar mass. That is number average. It is Mn. That is number average molar mass. Number average molar. The light scattering will give. Is it average? Yes. And sedimentation will give weight average. Osmometry number average, light scattering Z average, sedimentation weight average. The answer is Mn1, Mw3. This is option D. The correct answer is option D. Okay. The first question, option D, is the correct answer. Next, second question. That's important. Next, among the following, the correct order of mean molecular weights of polymers is. The correct order of mean molecular weights of polymers is. That's the lowest value for number average molar mass. Then viscosity average. DLO. MV, M and MV pinna MW alle. MW. Option A is the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. MW pinna MZ. MZ plus 1 and the M4. Adili Mn is M0. Okay. MW is M2. MZ is M. So M2 or M1 alle. M1. MZ M2. MZ plus 1 M3 and last one M4. Option A is the correct answer. MV is MV itself. There is no other name for MV. Option A is the correct answer. This question number 3. The osmotic pressure pi of polymer sample at different concentration C was measured at T Kelvin. A plot of pi by C versus C give straight line with a slope and intercept is given. The number average molecular weight of the polymer is. B. The osmotic pressure of a polymer sample at different concentration was measured. The pi by C against C graph is a straight line. Pi by C against C graph is a straight line. Okay. The slope and intercept. Well, intercept. This is intercept. Intercept equation we have studied. Intercept is equal to how much? RT by M. Intercept is RT by M. If intercept is RT by M, then M is equal to, that is RT by intercept. Instead of intercept, they have given the name C dash. So this will be equal to RT by C dash. That is correct. Option A. Option A, RT by C dash. Question number 3, option A, RT by C dash is the correct answer. ഇവർ എല്ലാ തവണ ഇങ്ങനെ പുതിയ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസും പുതിയ ടോപ്പിക്സ് ഒക്കെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് ഇൻക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്യുള്ളൂ. ഇപ്പം ഇതിൽ ഇത്തവണത്തിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നു ഗ്ലാസ് ട്രാൻസിഷൻ ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ എന്നും പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ടോപ്പിക് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞോണം അവരില്ലായിരുന്നു. അപ്പം ഞാനിനി അത് റെഫർ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു. കുറേ സമയം അങ്ങനെ പോകും. എനിക്കും അത് ഫെമിലിയർ അല്ലായിരുന്നു. ഞാൻ ഗ്ലാസ് ട്രാൻസിഷൻ ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിലും ഇവർ ചോദിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ അത്ര നോക്കിയിട്ടില്ല. ഇവർ നേരത്തെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ചോദിച്ചിട്ടില്ല, ആദ്യമായിട്ട് ചോദിക്കുന്നത്. അതിന്റെ കുറെ എല്ലാ ടോപ്പിക്കിലും ഇങ്ങനെ പുതിയ ടോപ്പിക്സ് കുറച്ചുണ്ടല്ലോ. അപ്പൊ അത് ഇങ്ങനെ കുറെ നേരം അത് സെർച്ച് ചെയ്തിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ നമുക്ക് സാറ്റിസ്ഫൈഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഡേറ്റ കിട്ടുന്നത് വരെ ഇങ്ങനെ സെർച്ച് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. ചില ബുക്കിൽ എഴുതി വെച്ചാൽ എന്താണെന്ന് മനസ്സിലാവില്ല. പല പല ബുക്കുകൾ കുറെ നോക്കി കഴിയുമ്പോൾ അവസാനമാണ് നമുക്കൊരു അങ്ങനെ കുറെ സമയം വേണ്ടി വരുന്നുണ്ട് ഈ പുതിയ ടോപ്പിക്സ് ആഡ് ചെയ്ത് നോട്ട് പോലെ ആക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി. ഓപ്ഷൻ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ നമ്പർ 3 ഓപ്ഷൻ RT by C dash is the correct answer. എനിക്കാണ് നമ്മൾ ഈ ഒരു എക്സാമിൽ മാത്രം ഇത്ര അധികം അപ്ഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നുള്ളൂ എന്നാണ്. വേറെ ഒന്നും ഇത്രയും പുതിയ പുതിയ ടോപ്പിക്സ് ഇങ്ങനെ അപ്ഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് ആഡ്. ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ നമ്പർ 4. Using standard equation for intrinsic viscosity eta, K is K into mv raised to A. For a solution of polymer and the information from the graph, identify viscosity average molar mass. അപ്പോൾ അവർ ഇക്വേഷൻ ഒന്നുണ്ട്. ഇക്വേഷൻ ഫോർ ഇൻട്രിൻസിക് വിസ്കോസിറ്റി is given. K into mv raised to A. The value of A is given 0.5 and the value of K is also given. Okay. Identify the viscosity average molar mass. Find the viscosity average molar mass. അവർ തന്നിരിക്കുന്ന ഇക്വേഷൻ ഇതാ. ഈറ്റ is equal to K into mv raised to A. Okay. Then what is the equation for mv? K is equal to mv raised to A. mv is equal to, അതുപോലെ ഈറ്റയിൽ ഇൻട്രിൻസിക് വിസ്കോസിറ്റി ഈറ്റയുടെ ഇക്വേഷൻ അറിയണം. Intrinsic viscosity eta, that is equal to limit concentration tends to 0, eta minus eta 0 divided by eta 0 into 1 by c. Limit concentrations into 0, eta minus eta 0 divided by eta 0 into 1 by c. But from the graph, you just identify the value of eta. ഈ ഗ്രാഫിൽ നിന്ന് ഈറ്റയുടെ വാല്യൂ എന്തായിരിക്കും എന്ന് പറയാൻ പറ്റുമോ? What is the value of eta from the graph? Eta definition, limit concentration tends to 0. അല്ല, eta minus eta 0 divided by eta 0 into 1 by c. Concentration 0 ആകുമ്പോൾ, when the concentration will become 0, eta minus eta 0 divided by eta 0 into 1 by c is called eta. That is intrinsic viscosity. അപ്പം ഈ eta minus eta 0 divided by eta 0 into 1 by c, value of that when concentration c is equal to 0, that's equal to 0.05. The value of eta is equal to 0.05. Eta value കിട്ടി. And the A value is given. A is given to be 0.5. K is equal to 5 into 10 raised to minus 5 liter per gram. ഇനിയൊന്നും ചെയ്യേണ്ട, വാല്യൂസ് സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് സോൾവ് ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചാൽ മതി. the eta by k, the all to the power of 1 by n. This one. And substitute here, solve here. That is 0.05 divided by k, that is 5 into 10 raised to minus 5 whole raised to 1 by a raised to 1 by 0.5. It's 5 into 10 to the power of minus 2 divided by 5 into 10 to the power of minus 0.05 can be written as 5 into 10 raised to minus 2. 1 by 0.5. Solve this. Then 10 raised to 5 denominator and numerator. That is 10 raised to 3 square. Is equal to 10 to the power of 6. Option D. 10 to the power of 6 is the correct answer. 10 to the power of 6 gram per mole. So, question number 4, option D is the correct answer. Easy and this question repeated. They have repeated the same question. This question number 5. Gel permeation chromatography can be used to separate which of the following? Gel permeation chromatography can be used to separate which of the following? Long molecules separate. It can separate long molecules. Fatty acids are long molecules and low molecular weight peptides. Polymers, peptides, fatty acids, proteins, etc. Fullerenes also. Option C. Option C and D are the correct answers. Question number 5, option C and D. Question number 6. The intrinsic viscosity depends on the molar mass as follows. The empirical constant K and A are dependent on. It depends on both polymer and solvent. Option C, polymer solvent pair. That is the correct answer. The empirical constant K and A in the equation, that depends on the polymer and the solvent both. Polymer solvent pair. You just make an awareness that this K and A depend on both polymer and solvent. Question number 7. The addition polymerization of M involves the following stages. The rate constant for free radical formation is. The rate constant for free radical formation is given. Okay. The initial concentration of the initiator. Initial concentration of the initiator is given. That is 10 raised to minus 3 mole per decimeter cube. The overall rate is also given. Okay. Assuming steady state approximation, the kinetic chain length is. The rate constant for free radical formation is given. The initial concentration of the initiator. It's the concentration of initiator. Initiator concentration is also given. Okay. The overall rate of the reaction is given. What is the kinetic chain length? The kinetic chain length അല്ല നമ്മൾ ന്യൂ എന്നാണ് പേര് കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. That is equal to overall rate divided by rate of initiation. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഇക്വേഷൻ ഉണ്ട്. That is overall rate divided by rate of initiation. അല്ല kinetic chain length nu is equal to overall rate divided by rate of initiation. Overall rate ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. What is the equation for overall rate? Overall rate is equal to 4 into 10 raised to minus 3 mole per decimeter cube per second. Okay. And the rate constant of free radical formation, initiation rate. Okay. Initiation rate Ri is equal to rate constant of initiation Ki into concentration of the initiator. The initiation rate Ri is equal to Ka into I. This is the rate. Instead of rate of initiation, you can substitute Ki into I. Okay. K is the rate constant of initiation. That is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3. And initiator concentration I. That is 10 to the power of minus 3. The question overall rate is given. The initiation rate constant is given. Concentration of the initiator is also given. So just substitute the values into this equation and solve. The final answer will be option A, 2000. That is the final answer. Seven option 2000 is the correct answer. Next question number 8. For a free radical polymerization reaction, the kinetic chain length gamma is defined as the ratio. For free radical polymerization reaction, the kinetic chain length gamma is defined as the ratio. ഇതിൽ ഏതായിരിക്കും ആൻസർ ആയിരിക്കാൻ സാധ്യത? നമ്മൾ kinetic chain ൽ കുറേ equations പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ. അതിൽ ഒന്നാണ് rate of propagation divided by rate of termination. Option D, propagation rate divided by termination rate. പക്ഷേ ഈ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് റിപ്പീറ്റ് ചെയ്യാറില്ല ഇതിനകത്ത്. ഞാൻ ആ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പറുകളിൽ പലതിൽ നിന്ന് എടുത്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആണ്. പക്ഷെ ഇതിൽ this equation I never seem to be repeated. That's each time they will be asking different equation for kinetic chain length. First one, overall rate divided by rate of initiation. Second is propagation rate divided by termination rate. Option D. Question number 9. The average end-to-end distance of a random coil polymer is 10 to the power of 6. Random coil polymer of 10 raised to 6 monomers in units of segment length. And what is average end-to-end distance? അത് ഏത് ലെങ്ത് ആണ്? കോണ്ടൂർ ലെങ്ത് ആണോ, RMS ലെങ്ത് ആണോ, radius of gyration ആണോ? Which one it is? Average end-to-end length. Is it contour length, RMS length, or radius of gyration? അതിൽ ഏതായിരിക്കണം സാധ്യത? നിങ്ങളിത് ആൻസർ ചെയ്തില്ലേ? Average end-to-end distance. What it is? Is it contour length or RMS length? That is RMS length. The equation for RMS length is n raised to 1 by 2 into L. RMS length is n raised to 1 by 2 into L. N is the number of monomers. 10 to the power of 6 monomers are there. 10 raised to 6 raised to 1 by 2 into L. 10 cube into L. That's the correct answer. Option D. Option D, 10 cube. This is മിക്കവാറും ചോദിക്കാറുള്ളതാണ് RMS. That is n to the raised n raised to 1 by 2 into L. That's it. Option D, 10 to the power of 3. Option D is the correct answer. Somewhat easy. Questions, most commonly the questions from this topic are easy. Just you have to by heart some equations. And question number 10. The number average molar mass of monodispersed polymer is related to weight average molar mass by the relation. Number average molar mass of monodispersed polymer. Polymer is monodispersed. The number average is related to weight average by which equation? Number average and weight average in the relation. Definitely. If monodispersed means PDI is equal to 1. PDI is equal to 1. And what is the relation between number average and weight average? That's Mn equal to Mw. Option D. The number average molar mass is equal to weight average molar mass. Option D, Mn is equal to Mw. മറ്റേ ഈ അത് മോണോ ഡിസ്പോസ് പോളി ഡിസ്പോസ് എങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കും? നിങ്ങൾ എക്സാം എഴുതിയില്ല അല്ലേ? ഞാൻ ഇത് എന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഇത് ഇന്ന് തീർക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ നാളെ മുതൽ ഓർഗാനോമെറ്റാലിക്സ് ആണ്, ന്യൂ ടോപ്പിക്കാണ്. നാളെ ബുധനാഴ്ചയല്ലേ, ടുമോറോ ഓൺവേർഡ്സ് ഓർഗാനോമെറ്റാലിക്സ് നമുക്ക് കണ്ടു. അപ്പം ഇന്നത്തോടുകൂടി അതിനു മുമ്പ് പഠിപ്പിച്ചെല്ലാം തീർത്ത് വെക്കാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്. പക്ഷെ അതിൽ ഒരു പ്രശ്നമുണ്ട്, നാനോ ടെക്നോളജി സൂപ്പർ മോളിക്കുലർ അതിൻ്റെ ഇത് റെഡിയല്ല, ഈ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പർ റെഡിയല്ല. ഇന്ന് രാവിലെ കുറേ നേരം ഈ ഗ്ലാസ് ട്രാൻസിഷൻ ടെമ്പറേച്ചറിൻ്റെ പുറകെ പോയി. അപ്പം അതിൻ്റെ ലാസ്റ്റ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ എനിക്ക് അത്ര ഫെമിലിയർ അല്ല. Polymer has the following molar mass distribution. Okay. Number of molecules and molar mass are given. Number of molecules 50, molar mass 5075. Calculate the number average molar mass of the polymer. Okay. Our Ni തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്, Ni 50 and 75. Mi is given to be 5000 and 6000. Okay. After NiMi, we require NiMi. Sigma NiMi divided by sigma Ni. Just multiply Ni with Mi. That's 15 to 5000. So this is 75 into 6000. 15 to 5000 and 75 into 6000. Sigma NiMi. Just find sigma NiMi. Just find this value sigma NiMi and similarly find the value sigma Ni. Sigma Ni കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുക, sigma NiMi സാധാരണ ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്. Finally Mn, number average molecular weight is sigma NiMi divided by sigma Ni. It's equation for number average molar mass. Answer is option B, 5600. That's the correct answer. 11 option B, 5600 is the correct answer. 6 letters. Question number 12. A 5 gram per liter polymer solution is prepared with a polymer whose molar mass is 25 kilogram. Okay. 5 gram per liter polymer solution prepared with a polymer whose molar mass of the polymer is given to be 25 kilogram. The osmotic pressure of the solution is. Let's find the osmotic pressure of the solution. Osmotic pressure കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ equation pi is equal to CRT. That is equation for osmotic pressure. Where equation C ക്ക് പകരം of C weight divided by molecular weight into volume into RT. Two equations. W divided by mv into RT. Where weight W is equal to weight of the sample. M is the molecular weight and V is the volume. 5 gram per liter. W 5 gram per liter means weight is equal to 5 gram. Okay. Volume 1 liter. Okay. 5 gram per liter, weight 5 gram, volume 1 liter. And molar mass M. That is 25 kilogram. 25 into 10 to the power of 3 gram. 5 divided by 3 into 1 liter into RT. RT is given to be 2500. 2500 joule per unit correct. 5 in the unit gram. 5 gram. 25 kilogram. That is 25 into 10 raised to 3 gram. Volume 1 liter. Gram and gram will get cancelled. Joule per mole. So 25, 2500 get cancelled to give 100. Five hundred divided by 10 to the power of 3. 0.5 അല്ല 0.05 100 ഇല്ല ഇത് 0.5 അല്ല 0.5 joule per liter per mole. 0.5 ഇത് 10 to the power 20 ഇവിടെ ഒരു 100 ഇല്ലേ 5 into 100 500 500 by 1000 അല്ലേ 10 to the power അല്ല 500 by 1000 ഇനി ജൂൾ ഇല്ലേ 1 liter atmosphere 1 liter atmosphere is equal to 100 joule. One liter atmosphere is equal to 100 joule. So 1 joule is equal to how much liter atmosphere is? 1 by 100 liter. That's അപ്പോൾ അതിന് ഒരു ജൂളിന് പകരം ഇൻസ്റ്റെഡ് ഓഫ് ജൂൾ യു ജസ്റ്റ് സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട് 1 by 100. ലിറ്റർ per mole. അപ്പോൾ ലിറ്ററും ക്യാൻസൽ ആവും. ഫൈനലി അറ്റ്മോസ്ഫിയർ ആണ് യൂണിറ്റ്. Finally, correct answer is, finally you will get pi is equal to 0.005. അത്രയും അറ്റ്മോസ്ഫിയർ എന്നുള്ള രീതി. ഓപ്ഷൻ സി 0.005 അറ്റ്മോസ്ഫിയർ അതാണ് കറക്റ്റ്. അത് 2018 എക്സാമിലെ ക്വസ്റ്റൻ ആണ്. Question asked in 2018 exams. In every exam there will be question from polymer case. That's almost sure. Usually one question ആണ് ചോദിക്കുന്നത്. മോസ്റ്റ് വളരെ റെയർ ആയിട്ടല്ലാതെ മിക്കവാറും കേസിൽ നമുക്ക് വളരെ ഈസി ആയിട്ട് കിട്ടുന്ന ക്വസ്റ്റൻ. ഓപ്ഷൻ സി ഈസ് ദ കറക്റ്റ് ആൻസർ. It's 13. The reaction rate self-catalyzed polyesterification reaction. The reaction rate of self-catalyzed polyesterification reaction is given as DCOOH minus DCOOH divided by dt. That's equal to K into COOH square into OH. Where M0 is the initial concentration of hydroxyl and carboxyl monomers. M0. That's equal to initial concentration of hydroxyl and carboxyl monomers. Concentration of COH is equal to M0 and concentration of OH is also M0. Initial concentration of all this. Then the degree of polymerization N is. We just find the degree of polymerization N. Because number degree of polymerization N in the for condensation polymerization, degree of polymerization N is equal to A0 by A. That's equal to A0 by A. Here it is M0 by M. That is M0 by. In this case, M0 by M. Degree of polymerization N is equal to A0 by A or M0 by M. Another equation this minus d rate of the reaction, that's R is equal to K into COOH square into OH. The concentration of COOH is equal to concentration of OH, that is given to be M. That's K into M square into M. Just give COH the name M and for OH also give the name same name. And finally, rate is obtained as K into MQ. What is integrated rate law? For a third order reaction, the integrated rate law is. What is the integrated rate law for third order reaction? Third order reaction, the integrated rate law. That is 1 by A square is equal to 1 by A0 square plus 2 kT. The integrated rate law for third order reactions 1 by A square is equal to 1 by A0 square plus 2 kT. This is the topic in question answer. But you must have to answer this question after studying kinetics also. In kinetics, we already studied the integrated rate law equation for third order reaction. That is 1 by A square is equal to 1 by A0 square plus 2 kT. But here instead of A, you just write M. And instead of A, you have to write M square is equal to 1 by M0 square plus 2 kT. We need to solve with the M0 by M. Solve this equation to make M0 by M. then what you have to do? You just multiply the full equation with the m0 square. Multiply the whole equation with the m0 square. So this is m0 square divided by m square. M0 square by m square is equal to m0 square divided by m0 square plus 2kt m0 square. M0 square by m square is equal to m0 square by m0 square plus 2kt m0 square. M0 square will get cancelled. Finally, this is equal to 1 plus 2kt into m0 square. Okay, then what is number? This degree of polymerization n is equal to m0 by m. Okay, degree of polymerization n is m0 by m. N is equal to m0 by m. Well, you just take the square root. Oh, they need n square. In the n square another. This is m0 square divided by m square. They don't need n. Instead of that, they require n square. N is equal to m0 by m. N square is equal to m0 square divided by m square. That's 1 plus 2kt into m0 square. That's it. The answer is option C. Okay. Option C is the correct answer. ഇത് കുറച്ചൊന്നും ചെയ്ത് നോക്കണ്ട കാരണം നമ്മൾ സെക്കൻഡ് ഓർഡർ ആണ് പഠിച്ചു വെച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. Four mark questions are. Question number 14. The contour and root mean square length of polymer chain modeled as random coil. N is equal to 1000 and L is equal to 150 picometer are closest to. The contour and root mean square length. Contour length RC, that is equal to N into L. Root mean square length R RMS, that is equal to N raised to 1 by 2 into L. First one 1000 into 150 picometer. Second is 1000 raised to 1 by 2 into 150 picometers. Nanometer lang final answer. Thousand in 1 gets 1000 into 150. 1000 into 10 to the power of minus 12. 10 raised to minus 9 അല്ലേ 10 raised to minus 12 into 1000 പറയുമ്പോൾ 10 raised to minus 9. 10 raised to minus 9 meter is equal to 1 nanometer. It's 150 nanometer. RC is 150 nanometer. Next one. 1000 square root. Square root of 1000. multiple. The answer you just use the calculator to find the answer. Option D will be the correct answer. 150 and 4.74 nanometer. Correct answer is option C. Option D. Sorry, option D is the correct answer. 150 and 4.74 nanometers. You can use the calculator. In net and gate exam, you are allowed to use the calculator. Use the calculator and solve. Option D is the correct answer. This question number 15. Mark Howing Sakurada equation is used for the determination of. Which will be the correct answer? Mark Howing equation is used for the determination of what? Option C, viscosity, average, molar mass. This equation, eta is equal to k into mv raised to a. This is used for determining viscosity, average, molar mass. Option C is the correct answer. 15, option C. A very easy question. That's a very easy question. This question number 16. The fraction of groups condensed at the time t in any stepwise condensation polymerization, overall second order reaction is. The fraction of groups condensed at the time t in any stepwise condensation polymerization. A fraction of group P equation, that is KT into A0 divided by 1 plus KT into A0. That is KT into A0 divided by 1 plus KT into A0. I think option C. Option C is the correct answer. In a error equation, A0 minus A divided by A0. This is another equation of fraction of COH group condensed at a time t. Option C. This is important. This is common question. This is one of the common question. The fraction of molecules or groups condensed at a time t. That is A0 minus A divided by A0 or KT into A0 divided by 1 plus KT into A0. Option C. That is by heart. It's a repeated question. Next, 17. The disposity of polymeric sample is. What is disposity? Polydisposity index, PDI. And equation. What is the equation for polydisposity index, PDI? That is m squared. That is mw by mn. That is weight average molecular weight divided by number average molecular weight. Weight average molecular weight is given by the equation m square by m. Weight average molecular weight is m square by m. And number average molecular weight is m. That is finally m square divided by m whole square. M square divided by m whole square. Option A. Option A is the correct answer. അങ്ങനെയുള്ള designation എല്ലാം important ആണ്. MW is equal to m square by m, mn is equal to m. Finally, it will be m square divided by m whole square. Option A is 17. Option A is the correct answer. Next, 18. A polymer of n monomer units, the root mean square separation between two ends is proportional to. In a polymer of n monomer units, root mean square R RMS, that's equal to n by this one by 3. Option A n raised to 1 by 2. Option A n raised to 1 by 2. 18 option A n raised to 1 by 2 is the correct answer. That's easy question. This question number 19. A polyestrification reaction is stopped at 50% of stopped after 50% of monomers are consumed. Number average degree of polymerization of the resulting polyesterase. Degree of polymerization n. Polyestrification. Degree of polymerization n is equal to what is the equation? A0 by correct equation. So many equations are there. The first equation is A0 by A. In a 1 by 1 minus P in the equation. So many equations are there. Another equation is 1 divided by 1 minus P. So many different equations are there. Here it is better to use the A0 by A equation. Polyestrification reaction stopped after 50% monomer consumed. Stopped after 50% of the monomer consumed. Okay. Initially, concentration is A0. Okay. The final concentration A, half of A0. That is 50% of the monomer is consumed. So how much will be remaining? The other 50% will be remaining. That's, and it is A0 by A. Number average molar mass is the number average degree of polymerization is basically A0 by A. Instead of A, you just substitute half A0. A0 and A0 will get cancelled. Final answer will be equal to 2. Option B, degree of polymerization is 2. 19, option B, 2 is the correct answer. And in option B, 2. Next, 20. The degree of polymerization at T is equal to 10 hours of polymer formed by stepwise polymerization. The rate constant T, T 10 hour. Rate constant K is equal to 3 into 10 raised to minus 2 molar inverse, second inverse. Initial concentration of monomer, that is A0. That's equal to 50 millimolar. It's 50 into 10 raised to minus 3 molar. Okay, then degree of polymerization N. It is 1 plus KT into A0. That's equal to 1 plus KT into A0. That's it. Our values on the K values given, T value and A0, everything is substitute and solve. And the answer will be option A 55. That is the correct answer. 20, option A 55 is the correct answer. Option A 55. That's it. Question number 21. The approximate length of extended chain of polypropylene of molar mass for 20 kilogram per mole is closed. Polypropylene molar mass കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. The approximate length of extended chain contour length of polypropylene of molar mass 420 kilogram per mole. ഈ polypropylene ഇല്ലേ, contour length അല്ല, contour length is N into L. Polypropylene. Polypropylene is a polymer of propylene. Propylene is a CH double bond CH2 CH3. ഇതാണ് propylene. This propylene. The N number of propylene molecules are polymerized. Polymerize ചെയ്തു. Polymerize ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ you will get the polypropylene. That is CH CH2. N times. This is polypropylene. Then first you have to find the segment length, monomer length of the monomer. How you can find the monomer length? But this much is the monomer length. A carbon-carbon bond. Length of the monomer is carbon bond because CH3 is not involved in the bond. Monomer എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഇത്രയല്ലേ വരുള്ളൂ. CH3 substituent അല്ല. So it is carbon-carbon bond length. That's the monomer length. carbon carbon single bond length plus the radius of carbon plus radius of carbon. Okay. Radius of carbon plus carbon carbon bond length plus radius of carbon. Segment length L, the length of the polymer monomer unit, that is L, that is radius of carbon plus radius of carbon carbon bond plus radius of carbon, which is radius of carbon is around 75 picometer. 75 plus carbon carbon bond length is taken as 150 plus 75. 75 plus 150 plus 75, that's around 300. Value is around 300 picometer. Length of monomer unit is 300 picometer. The length of the monomer chain is 300 picometer. Approximately carbon carbon bond length is 150 picometer. Radius of carbon 75. Just add here. ഇനി നമുക്ക് വേണ്ട നമുക്ക് contour length. We require contour length. How to find the contour length? RC, that is equal to N into L. N is the number of monomer units in the polymer. L is obtained to be 300 picometer. Next, you have to find the value of M. L is obtained to be 300 picometer. Just find the value of M. How to find the number of monomers? Propylene അറിയാം. Propylene the molar mass, that's CH double bond CH2 CH3. What is the molar mass of propylene? Molar mass of propylene. What is the molar mass of propylene? CH3 15, CH 13, CH2 14. 15 plus 13, 28, 38, 42. Molar mass of propylene is 42. And molar mass of the polymer is 420 kilogram per mole. 420 to 10 raised to 3 gram per mole. Then how we can find the number of monomers? The mass of one monomer is 42. The mass of the full polymer is 420 to 10 to the power of 3. Then how many monomers will be there in the total, the overall polymer? And the number of monomers in the polymer. The mass of one monomer is 42. Then how many monomers will be there in the polymer? Divided by 4. That's the number of monomers is 420 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by 420. That's equal to 10 to the power of 3 gram per mole. The number of monomers is the molar mass of the polymer divided by the molar mass of the monomer. 42, sorry. 10 to the power 4 11. 4 11. It's 10 to the power of 4. That much gram per mole. This substitute N is equal to 10 to the power of 4, and that is 300 into 10 raised to minus 12 meter. 1 picometer is equal to 10 raised to minus 12 meter. The number of monomers is molar mass of polymer divided by molar mass of monomer. Number of monomers N is equal to molar mass of the polymer divided by molar mass of the monomer. Equation ഒക്കെ എഴുതി വെച്ചു. Number of monomers is equal to molar mass of the polymer divided by molar mass of the monomer. Solve the answer. Just find the answer. (300 into 10 to the power of minus 8). Minus 6. This is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of minus 6. That is 3 micrometer. 10 raised to minus 6 meter is called 3 micrometer. That's option B3. Option B3 is the correct answer. The correct answer. 21 option B3 is the correct answer. ഇങ്ങനെ ഈ ലെങ്ത് ഓഫ് ദി പോളിമർ ചെയിൻ, ലെങ്ത് ഓഫ് ദി മോണോമർ ചെയിൻ, അത് മോണോമറിന്റെ ലെങ്ത് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കണം. യു മസ്റ്റ് ബി അവെയർ ഓഫ് ഹൗ ടു ഫൈൻഡ് ദ ലെങ്ത് ഓഫ് ദി മോണോമർ ആൻഡ് ഓൾസോ ഹൗ ടു ഫൈൻഡ് ദ നമ്പർ ഓഫ് മോണോമേഴ്സ് ഇൻ ദ polymer sample. That's number of monomers in polymer sample N. Okay, that's equal to molar mass of polymer divided by molar mass of monomer. Molar mass of polymer divided by molar mass of the monomer. That is. ഇങ്ങനെ നിങ്ങൾ പഠിച്ചിരിക്കുക. Number of monomers N is equal to molar mass of the polymer divided by molar mass of the monomer. Option B 3 ആണ് answer. Length of the ethylene same length തന്നെയാണ്. Polyethylene also have the same length. Next 22. ഇത് നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി ചെയ്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആണ്. The y-intercept obtained from the plot of viscosity of series of polymer solutions is given. Same question. We have already done the same question. It's eta is equal to 0.05. K, the value of K is given. K is 5 into 10 raised to minus 5. Value of A is equal to 0.5. The same question already we have done. The answer is option C, 10 to the power of 6. That is the correct answer. 22 option C, 10 to the power of 6. It's 23. Identify P, Q and R in the following stress strain plot of polymer. ഞാൻ പഠിപ്പിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ഓപ്ഷൻ സി ആണ് ആൻസർ. Just be aware that option C is the answer. That is not I don't think them to be repeating the same question. I think P is the elastic region, Q is called the yield point, and R is the plastic region. The elastic means you can reverse back. Plastic means that is permanent, you cannot reverse back. And Q is called the yield point. Just be aware of these things. I'm not sure that whether they will repeat the question again. That's why I didn't give much explanation. 23 option C. P elastic region, Q yield point, R plastic region. Material nathinte note undu. You will be provided with the study material. In the study material, there is it is there. The explanations are there. Option C is the answer. If they are repeating the same question, you just be aware that this P region is the elastic region, Q is the yield point, and R region is the plastic region. അങ്ങനെ ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് അറിഞ്ഞു വയ്ക്കാം. It's 24. A sample of polystyrene is composed of weight fractions. A sample of polystyrene is composed of 3 weight fractions. Molecular weight of these fractions are given. Okay, the weight average molecular weight of this sample is Wi given by 0.2, 0.5, 0.3 Mi is 10,000, 40,000, 60,000. And then the weight average molar weight, weight average molar weight MW, that's equal to sigma Wi into Mi. Sigma Wi into Mi. So that is 0.2 into 10,000 plus 0.5 into 4,000, 40,000 plus 0.3 into 60,000. 0.2 into 10,000 plus 0.5 into 40,000 plus 0.3 into 60,000. Answer option A. Option A is the correct answer. Option 40,000 is the correct answer. Correct answer is option 40,000. Easy. I'm just it's 25. For stepwise polymerization, the correct plot of chain length n against degree of polymerization p. അവരാകപ്പാടെല്ലാം വ്യത്യാസപ്പെടുത്തുന്നത് നമ്മൾ സാധാരണ ഡിഗ്രി ഓഫ് പോളിമറൈസേഷൻ n എന്നല്ല വിളിക്കുന്നത്. എന്താ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് അറിയാമോ? ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഇക്വേഷൻ ഉണ്ട്. ദർസ് എൻ ഇക്വേഷൻ n is equal to 1/1 minus p. ഇതാണ് അവർ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. പേരൊക്കെ അവർ മാറ്റി, അത് എന്താണെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയില്ല. n is the degree of polymerization, p is a fraction. They want us to plot a graph of n against p. Okay, whether the graph of n against p will be a straight line. We are plotting n against p. Will it be a straight line? A straight line equation ആണോ? n is equal to 1/1 minus p. Is that a straight line equation? No. We already know that straight line equation is y is equal, that must have the form y is equal to mx plus c. Anyway, that equation do not have this form. So option A cannot be answer, and option B is also straight line, that also cannot be answer. A and B cannot be answer. Then possibility is either C or D. Which one will be the correct answer? We just give some values. So n is equal to 1/1 minus p. I will give some values too. The equation is n is equal to 1/1 minus p. We just give different values for p. First I am giving the value of p is equal to 0. And what is the value of n? P illa, p യുടെ value, p എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ fraction അല്ല. P always will be between 0 to 1. The value of fraction always will be between 0 and 1. ഒരു ഫ്രാക്ഷന്റെ വാല്യൂ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ 0ക്കും 1നും ഇൻ ബിറ്റ്വീൻ, പ്രോബബിലിറ്റി, ഫ്രാക്ഷൻ, all this will be 0 to 1. P is either fraction or probability. It can be probability also. P is equal to probability or fraction, so its value definitely will be 0 and 1. 0 ആണെങ്കിൽ n എത്രയായിരിക്കും? 1/1 minus 0. That's n is equal to 1. Next, you just give value of 0.1 to p, 0.2, 0.3, etc. So some values, you just give some value. Then plot the graph. When p is equal to 0.1, what is the value of n? 1/0.9. 1/0.9 എത്രയാ? കുറച്ച് വാല്യൂസ് നിങ്ങൾ കാൽക്കുലേറ്റർ ഉപയോഗിക്കും. You can use calculator. Ah, 1.1111. 1.11. Next, p is equal to 2. 1.2 എന്നാണോ? 21. Yes. 1.21. 0.3. 1.44 something. കുറച്ച് വാല്യൂസ് വരച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ആ ഗ്രാഫ് എങ്ങനെയാണെന്നുള്ളൊരു ധാരണ. നെക്സ്റ്റ് യു ജസ്റ്റ് പ്ലോട്ട് the value. P is actually probability and fraction. Probability value always will be between 0 and 1. So we just first start from 0 and it just increase gradually. And up to 1 only you must be able allowed to increase. So then this is n and this one is p. Then p 0, 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, etc. P is equal to 0. The value of n is equal to 1. Sorry. 1. This is 1. Next, P is equal to 0.1, N is equal to 1.11. 0.2 ആകുമ്പോൾ 1.21. 1.4. അപ്പോൾ ഇങ്ങനെയാണ് ഏകദേശം ഇതുപോലത്തെ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ടൈപ്പ് ഒരു ഗ്രാഫ് ഉണ്ട്. Gradually increasing. Which graph has the same shape? ഇതേ ഷേപ്പ് ഉള്ള ഗ്രാഫ് ഏതാന്ന് നോക്കിയാൽ മതി. Option C. Option C graph have the same shape. So P is fraction or probability. P എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒന്നേ ഫ്രാക്ഷൻ ആയിട്ട് കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യും. Otherwise you can consider that as probability. So the value of P will be between 0 to 1. So answer is option C. Option C is the correct answer. Correct answer option C ആണ് correct answer. ഇത് അവർ ഫുള്ള് തെറ്റിച്ച് തന്നിരിക്കുന്നത് അത് എന്തിനാന്ന് എനിക്കറിയില്ല. ദാറ്റ്സ് n is actually degree of n is the degree of polymerization. നമ്മൾ സാധാരണ പഠിക്കുന്ന പേര് തന്നെ കൊടുത്താൽ മതിയല്ലോ. And P is probability or fraction. P is a probability or fraction. N is the degree of polymerization and P is a probability or fraction. Option C. Option C is the correct answer. It's 26. It's the last question. Consider the following statements related to glass transition temperature of polymer. As I പഠിപ്പിച്ചത് ഞാൻ നോട്ട് തരാം. I will give study material for this topic. This correct answer is option X and statement X and Y are the correct answers. Okay. Tg of the polymer increases with its molecular weight. If molecular weight of the polymer increases, Tg increases. If you are adding plasticizer, then the Tg will decrease. First point then. Molecular weight of polymer increases. Then glass transition temperature also will increase. Tg increase. 2. Plasticizer added. If you are adding plasticizer, what happens? Tg will decrease. Okay. If you are adding plasticizer, the value of Tg will decrease. That's the last statement. Tg of polymer is always lower than the melting temperature. That is also correct. Okay. Tg, glass transition temperature of polymer is always lower than its melting point. That is also correct. X and Z are the correct statement. So the answer is option B. X and Z. Molecular weight of polymer increases, then Tg increases. Plasticizer added, Tg will decrease. And the Tg, that is glass transition temperature of the polymer, is always lower than the melting temperature. Option B is the correct answer, X and Z. There is some equation called the Flory, it's another equation. That is, there's an equation called the Flory-Fox equation. equation for glass transition temperature. That is Tg. So Tg infinity minus K divided by Mn. Mn is the number average molar mass. From this equation, if number average molar mass increases, then what happens to Tg? The Tg is the glass transition temperature. Okay. Tg infinity is a maximum Tg at infinite molecular weight. Tg infinity is the glass transition temperature at infinite molecular weight. K is a constant. Tg is the glass transition temperature. Tg infinity is the glass transition temperature at infinite molar mass. Tg infinity is the glass transition temperature at infinite molecular weight. And K is a constant. Mn is the number average molar mass. If Mn increases, what happens to Tg? According to this equation, if Mn increases, Tg also increases. Because Mn denominator, but it is negative. Okay, it is negative. If Mn increases, the value of this negative quantity decreases. If the value of negative quantity decreases, what happens to Tg? Increases. Tg will increase. If Mn increase, Tg also will increase. If plasticizer is added, then Tg will decrease. A question paper. That's I will give 10 minutes interval. After interval, we can continue this. The latest question paper look December 2025 question. First time, and they are asking question from glass transition temperature for the first time. So I was also not that much aware of this topic. In the രാവിലെ മുഴുവൻ ഇത് ഇങ്ങനെ നോക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു. ഫസ്റ്റ് ടൈം ഒരു കാര്യം നോക്കാൻ ഇച്ചിരി പാടാണ്. ഒരു പ്രാവശ്യം നോക്കി കഴിഞ്ഞ് പിന്നെ ഈസിയാണ്.